afternoon, everyone. My name is Kat Ward, and I'm delighted to welcome you to our latest 12 and a half minutes, brought to you by Accelerator, one of Scotland's leading business and entrepreneurial support organisations. We're streaming live on Facebook, LinkedIn and YouTube. And if you've got comments or you want to ask a question of some of our guests, then please do so. We would love to hear from you. So over the last 16 weeks, we've heard from some incredible and inspirational people at the top of their game in a variety of sectors, not just business, but sports, entertainment, and numerous different other business industry sectors. But today, what we're going to do is we're kicking off a new series where we're shining on the light on some of our rising stars in Scotland, people who are doing amazing things in business. And what have they all got in common? They're all alumni from Elevator's Accelerator programmes. And the timing is quite fitting because we're just about to kick off the next series of accelerators across Scotland in the autumn. So I'm absolutely delighted that our inaugural guest is Lee Midlane from IT Central. Lee, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing not too bad, thank you. Is the sun shining in Elgin?
I think so. I don't have a window in my cupboard, you see, so we don't get...
Oh, you don't have a cupboard. Well, I just hope the Gulf Stream is doing all the things that it should be doing.
That would be good.
So Lee, you know the format for today. In a few moments, we'll have a wee chat and ask you some questions about your accelerated experience. But I'd like to hand over to you now just to tell us a little bit about yourself and give us an overview of you and your business.
Okay, thank you. So I'm actually based in Elgin, and as you can tell from the accent, I'm not originally from here. I'm from Northwest England. And originally I was a teacher. I taught in colleges, but I've always had a love for business. I had a chocolate business for 10 years, making Belgian chocolate, which actually didn't do as well as it might. And then I started IT Central 5 years ago. Now, I don't have any business training at all. And I saw the Accelerator programme come through, and I could absolutely see the value of it. As someone who hasn't had training other than little bits of workshops that have been provided by agencies, I saw how this could make a huge difference. My business was 4 years old at the time, and really we'd hit kind of a plateau. We were doing fine, but we weren't doing any more than fine. And I wanted to scale the business. We wanted to grow, and we had the idea with that. And we saw the opportunity. So I had a chat with the team, and the team agreed that they could cover my time while I was through to do the Accelerator programme. So we decided to go for it. So we were ready to scale, and Accelerator came on just at perfect timing for us.
Fabulous. And I think it's probably fair to say that in the last few months, you've had to do some pivoting in your business. Do you want to tell us a little bit about that? I'm loath to mention the C word, but we live with it now, and it does play such a big part in everyone's lives and businesses.
I think for us, though, it's actually had a positive impact because it's made us think differently. Originally, when I started the Accelerator programme, I had this grandiose idea that we were going to create these digital hubs, and I was going to have 4 of them in Scotland as well as Elgin, and then we were going to franchise. And by the end of the Accelerator programme, we were going to be the first international brand doing what we do. And then, like you say, lockdown happens, and that idea of gathering people within one location to learn all about computer skills and training and VR and that kind of thing just completely went out. So we were in a position where we had an opportunity to rise to the challenge and do something different. So we kind of did a 180 and said, okay, how can we then deliver this online? And I had the opportunity to do a lot of training, which there isn't another time where you can say, well, I'm going to take 16 weeks out of my business to go and do training. And so I really valued that opportunity to work on the business, as well as still working in the business to a degree. And we've developed a membership model for different audience sectors, and that's what we're going to pursue.
That's fabulous. So in terms of that ability to pivot, Was that something that you think you had in your toolkit before you started the Accelerator programme? You know, that sort of feeling of, yeah, I've got to turn around if things aren't necessarily going to plan.
It is something that I had before, but I don't think I had it in the right direction. The Accelerator programme taught me a lot about resilience, but also a lot about how to then pivot in the right direction. When I had the chocolate business, we did pivot, but we didn't do it properly. We didn't do what we could have done, and so it didn't survive. So this time I've got the tools and I've got the contacts that have actually made it so we can do this, and we can do this successfully.
And it was really interesting in our chat earlier this week, Lee, when you said that before the Accelerator programme, you probably weren't the sort of person that would stand up in the room and yeah, you're shaking your head, is that correct? So I can't believe that about you, because you're so eloquent and so calm and together. So
well, thank you. I would describe myself as an introverted introvert. For those that know Myers-Briggs, I'm an INFJ, which is the end of the introvert scale. But one of the things that Accelerator enabled me to do was actually develop this skill to be able to speak and to have the confidence to be able to do this. At the beginning of the Accelerator programme, I would actually have a physical response to speaking in a room. I would get palpitations, I would get flustered, I would get red and sweaty palms. But now actually I feel quite comfortable being uncomfortable doing this.
And you now deliver podcasts. I was going to say you broadcast to the nation, but you're a consummate podcaster.
I started a podcast a couple of months ago. I actually run two businesses. So the podcast is for my second business. But for IT Central, I'm now delivering training videos, and I'm delivering videos through social media as well. So I've had to get more comfortable with it in order to be able to do that.
Brilliant. And there's probably quite a lot of people that are watching at the moment who maybe are thinking, you know, they've got an idea or they've got a business that they want to scale up, but they've maybe got some concerns about how much time they can devote to a programme like Accelerator. What would you say to those people?
I think it's absolutely a case of you will get out of it what you put into it. So if you only go into it saying, I'm going to give this much time, then that's what you'll get out. I had the advantage that I have a team that was able to say, yes, that's fine, we'll cover you for the time that you need to be able to do that. So we went at it and said, we're going to take every opportunity that we possibly can to see as many people as we can, to be part of as much as we can, and that we actually maximize the potential that we got out of it. So if there's any way that you can dedicate the time, then the value that you get far outweighs that.
Absolutely. And I think, as you said, 12 weeks in the scale and the lifespan of your business is not a huge amount of time to devote.
No, it goes by so quickly. It
does. It absolutely does. And I take it it's been that opportunity then to empower your team as well and give them an opportunity to step up to the mark.
Yeah, absolutely. I have a team with 3 guys here. 3 technicians, and I've got a part-time admin guy as well. And they benefited from it as well, because anything that I learned, I would bring back here. So there was new ideas coming through and new structures coming through. So there was always different aspects to it. And then they've been able to get involved with different things as well. So a couple of the guys came along to the showcase and got involved with that with me.
And speaking of the showcase, how was that for someone that was an introverted introvert?
I'm very grateful that the lectern was there so you couldn't see my knees knocking, but I did it, and I was proud of the fact that I did it. And we got up, and it was a day where we had that opportunity to shine. I got to wear my suit and my nice boots, and it was an opportunity to let people know how great the team of guys is that I work with, because I wouldn't have a business without them. So I was able to actually pay tribute to them, which was a really big thing for me.
That's lovely. And the fact that they were there to hear you do that is just fantastic as well.
Yeah.
And what about the rest of the cohort? So you were on the first Moray Accelerator programme. do you keep in touch? Because there's quite a bond that you develop, I guess, as founders on that programme, and you're working together over 12 weeks. And are you still in contact with everyone?
Yeah, we have a WhatsApp group, so we keep in touch. Not nearly as much as maybe we could, but we really champion each other's businesses. So if we hear about somebody else who succeeds in something, I think we get as excited as they do, because we had people on the cohort that were at all different stages. Mine was one of the more mature businesses. At 4 years old, we were further on than a lot of places. There were some people on there that were pre-startup, they were pre-revenue, and so we're championing them to see them getting premises and getting into production and getting sample packs out. So we really want to see them do well as well. So their success is everybody's success.
Yeah. I love that. I love that notion of champion and being each other's cheerleaders, because it's just such an important thing to do. I'm interested to know, was there a particular Eureka moment for you when you were on the programme, Lee, that things just came together? And if so, what was it? What prompted it?
I like to think that I had a growth mindset coming into it, because I always want to develop and learn. But actually, a lot of that was challenged in a good way. So, like I said, I came in going, yes, we're going to do these four places, and then we're going to franchise. And you were challenged to say, why is your belief so limited? Why can you not think bigger than that? Think bigger than that. Think bigger than that. And it was always that push in a really positive way to say, think bigger, you can do bigger than this, you can do bigger than this, till you come at the end of it and you're like, we could take on the world. We're going for world domination.
And in terms of your ambition and the next steps, without giving away your any industrial secrets here, what's next on the cards for IT Central?
We're developing the membership programs across different sectors. So the one that we have running at the moment is called Tech Club, which is aimed at families, about improving prospects for parents and children, with a strong emphasis on cybersecurity and education, and fun as well. But we're also developing a Tech for Business, which turns the standard SLA model of remote support on its head and offers training as well. We're also looking at doing a Tech for Teachers, because the majority of computing teachers in the UK are not computing trained. They're co-opted from other sectors. So we want to produce something where we can produce resources and lesson plans for them. And we also want to do something that's specifically for kids as well.
That's incredible. And you're absolutely passionate about the IT sector, aren't you? You know, that comes across in everything you do, and just not just about moving your business forward, but actually moving the sector forward and having more people engaged in it.
Absolutely. I want to see more girls coming into technology, and I want to see more people in technology, because technology is the way forward. And if people can understand how technology can enhance their lives and it's a tool, then they actually see it as making their lives better, not just as a waste of time. But then we also have the issue that there's less than 25% of tech jobs are taken by women. And unfortunately, when the kids get to the options stage, they're walking with the feet. So if I can do something to encourage girls to come into the sector so that I'm not on my own, then that's something that, you know, I really do want to champion.
Yeah, that's absolutely fantastic. And can you think of, is there a client or a customer where you felt the greatest satisfaction seeing them embrace what you're doing?
I don't know that I have done in particular. What I would say is the network of people that I've met through this has been phenomenal, and we keep in touch both with the alumni and also with the people that we've met on a business level. We get to meet people that help us with the business as well, and that's been massive.
Brilliant. And finally, if there was someone who's watching and they were thinking of applying, what would be your advice to them?
If there's any way that you can dedicate the time to it, do it. Go in with the idea that you're going to take every opportunity that you can, go to everything that you can, and get the most out of it. 12 weeks is such a short amount of time, but it'll catapult your business years ahead. That's
brilliant. Well, Lee, as we said, 12 and a half minutes is a very short time. I could probably sit and spend about an hour talking to you about the IT sector, for one thing, but thank you so much for your time. It's been great to hear from you. I hope you get out of your cupboard and enjoy some sunshine this weekend. Thanks very much, Lee. inspirational words from Lee there. And if you have been inspired and you're thinking, I want to take my business or my business idea to the next level, then please check out our website, elevatoruk.com, where you can find out more about our accelerator programs, which kick off in the autumn. So thank you so much for your time today. I'm delighted that you could join us for this. Coming up next week, we've got another fantastic alumni. We've got Michael Carr from Rody. And Michael will be telling us about his journey to secure investment for his business. So in the meantime, have a fantastic weekend and be brave.